Okay, hello everyone, and very nice to see you again on Dasharo User Group number 5. It's already fifth quarter when we transmitting our news from Dasharo World. And of course, after this meeting, we will have a VPAP informal meeting. But let's talk a little bit. What is this? What is this meeting about? So this meeting is about Dasharo users and presenting them what we did with Dasharo and what's going on around Dasharo ecosystem. The goal of the first 2-hour slot, is a set of scheduled presentation where we will discuss what happened in Dasharo community, how Dasharo community evolved, what changed there, what kind of things we did since last Dasharo User Group meeting, which was in December. And then what are the plans for the future? That's one side of the topics. And then, of course, there are other things which are related to the ecosystem and related to the hardware that we want to support with Dasharo and the core presentation, Dasharo roadmap. So the first part, the Dasharo User Group, is more formal, more organized, and then we're switching to VPAP, which also going to be a little bit more organized, but maybe I will talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, so this is what I said essentially. We're doing that already fifth time. I'm very happy that we can continue this. All the recordings for the Dasharo User Group are published on YouTube. Those are also streamed on YouTube, so you can also watch it without coming to the Jitsi. If you don't want to talk with us, then you just can watch that on YouTube. There is tight schedule here, so I will try to move forward fast. And after Dasharo User Group, we have Dasharo Developers VPAP, which is virtual gathering of developers, not like from open source firmware ecosystem and surrounding ecosystem. We can say there are people from hypervisors, operating systems, various like embedded controller firmware, various firmwares you can imagine, gathering together and talking about the future of open source firmware and anything related, privacy, security, various other stuff. Then sometimes, of course, later we going more beers we drink, we going into more informal direction, talking about really various stuff from philosophy to even sometimes politics, but we're trying to avoid that. The focus of the VPAP is to show some demos, some concrete stuff, some short talks. Some panels are maybe of less importance, but that's the goal. First priority is demos, second short talks, third priority are discussion panels, and you will see that in the schedule of the VPAP, which I will present later. The point is to have casual and relaxed atmosphere. Yeah, it's so confusing. Like we inventing these names, we like saying Dasharo, nobody heard about this one. Now there is another name. There is Zarhus or Zarus, depending how you will spell this. And there is also PET, Pace Enterprise Training, which I mentioned before on Dasharo User Group. But what is this? So those are essentially three main areas of things that 3MDEP deliver. And you can say those are three brands. So first is Pace Enterprise Training. It's essentially a set of trainings tailored to the customer needs. Mostly we're trying based on open security training, which is led by Zeno. So this is these are trainings. So we can say if you want to enter the land of the firmware, you have to start somewhere. You can come to us and get trainings. There are also free materials, open access, open security training hosted by OST2. That's first segment of the products we're doing. Then when you know something about firmware or maybe you just want to use it, then there is a Dasharo, our main character in this meeting, in this program. It's our open source firmware distribution. It's core boot downstream. Of course, we're adding some stuff to it all the time. You will see how much code we will add because I will report that later. But yeah, essentially this is core boot made by 3MDEP with some additional stuff. And then finally, there is another new name. It's called Zarhus. And Zarhus, the name coming from Huszar, from Hungarian word, meaning knight, like chess knight. Like you can see that there is this chess surrounding us. Like I'm chess player. I really like this analogy in the security world. So what is Zarhus? Zarhus is essentially Yocto-based Linux distribution, and the point of this distribution is to showcase everything else, like help us deliver training, help us show how Dasharo perform, also show how to deliver some value based on TPMs, how to provision root of trust, how to configure and maintain chain of trust. That's what Zarhus is for. Of course, we can provide even more with that, but maybe that's not the point and not the biggest interest of this community. Yeah, so typically brand means some team of people in 3M Dev. So each of this brand, you may think represents some people in 3M Dev. Maybe not always different people, but those are definitely some groups which are specializing in this stuff. Okay, so we are on Dasharo User Group number 5, and let's talk about agenda. Right now we have this greetings. It's already a little bit late for me because I should start Dasharo community status, which I have quite a lot of material for. Then I would like to introduce maybe a little bit more about Zarhus. So the presentation is called Zarhus Trustworthy Embedded Linux. Then there will be core segment, which is always part of this Dasharo User Group, which is Dasharo Community Release Roadmap. I improved the roadmap a lot. So yeah, so this is the biggest segment and probably the most interesting stuff is there. So, and then after that, I would like to do a shameless plug and like show you some products from 3M Dev Shop, which may be of interest for you or maybe not. But maybe there is someone else who you know who could be interested. So in that way, you can help us deliver more value. But in the same way, we turn our margins into open source firmware. So yeah, so supporting us means more open source firmware. And after that, there will be presentation from Wessel, from Nova, the founder and CEO of Nova Custom, and he will talk about roadmap, strategy, and what kind of offering Nova Custom plans. Of course, Nova Custom delivers laptops with Dasharo as a default firmware, so we are very happy to host Wessel again. And then after that, we have some short closing remarks because I have some small announcements for you, and we can go to VPUB and drink some beer, whatever beverage you prefer. So yeah, that's it.